The South China Sea is a strategic and resource-rich area that is claimed by several countries, including China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. China claims almost the entire sea based on its historical 9-line map, which was submitted to the United Nations in 2009. The Philippines, on the other hand, bases its claims on the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea UNCLOS, which defines territorial waters, continental shelves, and exclusive economic zones. The dispute between China and the Philippines has escalated in recent years, especially over the Scarborough Shoal and the Spratly Islands, where both countries have deployed Coast Guard ships and fishing boats to assert their sovereignty. In 2012, China took effective control of the Scarborough Shoal after a tense standoff with a Philippine naval vessel. In 2013, the Philippines brought its case to the Permanent Court of Arbitration, seeking to invalidate China's claims and actions in the South China Sea. China refused to participate in the arbitration, saying it had no jurisdiction over the matter. In 2016, the tribunal issued a ruling in favor of the Philippines, concluding that China had no legal basis to claim historic rights to the bulk of the South China Sea, and that it had violated the Philippines' sovereign rights by interfering with its fishing and oil exploration activities, building artificial islands and military installations. China rejected the ruling as null and void, and continued to assert its sovereignty and rights in the area. Recently, China accused the Philippines of enlisting foreign force to stir trouble in the South China Sea, after a series of collisions between Chinese and Philippine vessels disputed areas. China claimed that the Philippine boats had illegally entered its waters and hit its Coast Guard ships, causing damage and injuries. The Philippines denied the allegations and also said that it had sought assistance from its ally, the United States, to deter further Chinese aggression. The U.S. has been a vocal supporter of the Philippines' position in the South China Sea dispute, as well as other claimants who oppose China's expansive claims. The U.S. has conducted several so-called freedom of navigation operations near Chinese-occupied areas, challenging China's maritime claims and asserting its right to sail and fly in accordance with international law. The U.S. has also provided military assistance and training to the Philippines, as well as diplomatic support in multilateral forums, such as ASEAN and the UN. The recent collisions in the South China Sea have raised tensions between China and the Philippines, as well as between China and the U.S. The incidents have also increased the risk of miscalculation or escalation that could lead to a wider conflict in the region. The three countries have called for restraint and dialogue to resolve their differences peacefully, but they have also reiterated their respective positions and interests in the South China Sea. The South China Sea dispute is not only a bilateral issue between China and the Philippines, but also a regional and global one that involves multiple actors and interests, which makes it even more complicated.